morning, Stampers. It's Thursday, and let's see, the temperature yesterday got up to 104 here in Anthem, Arizona. And I am Teppy Schwartzel, and I am with AridDesertDesigns.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and just a little business to begin with. This is a host code. And if you decide that you want to purchase any items that I've used today or anything else from my Stampin' Up! Website, please, if you are going to purchase products and they add up to less than $150, then please use this host code. The host code will also be posted on my blog site, which is AridDesertDesigns.com, and it's always on the right-hand side. These host codes are usually only good for 30 days. If you have a problem with the host code, let me know, and I will get it fixed with Stampin' Up! If your purchase is $150 or more, do not use this host code because you will get your own Stampin' Rewards. That's the good thing about Stampin' Up! And one of the things to know, we are... the whole month of May, in fact, it started on May the 3rd, is the pre-order period for the brand new catalog that is coming out June the 3rd. And the only people that can see or get into this pre-order period with Stampin' Up! Are Stampin' Up! Demonstrators or Stamping Up discount shoppers. If you want to become a discount shopper or a demonstrator, please look at my website, and for $99 you can join and get tons of benefits. For $99 you can pick out your own product worth $125. They will also give you business forms in case you decide that you want to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but you can stay as a discount shopper. Also, as a discount shopper, you will get a 20% credit on future purchases. You will also get free shipping on that if you join my team. And the other thing is you will get a 1 month of paper pumpkin, which is what I'm going to be demonstrating today is a paper pumpkin kit, and I believe it's the April 2020 kit. And note that you only have 3 days left to order the paper pumpkin kit for May. The deadline is always the 10th of the month, and the May paper pumpkin is going to have some of the new in colors that are coming out in the 2020-2021 annual catalog. It's an exciting time for us, and I've already put my pre-order in and cannot wait to get my product. So let's get on to what we're going to do today. As I said, I'm going to show you a couple of alternatives to the 2020 April paper pumpkin. And this is called My Wonderful Family. This is the beautiful box that it comes in. And I have already opened it up. Here are the instructions, and you will get on the back, it tells you somewhere, I can never find this for whatever reason. I can't remember how many cards you get. The kit includes My Wonderful Family photopolymer stamp set, a pear pizzazz ink spot. Let me open this up. Here's the ink spot. Hold on just a second. Let me just make sure this video is recording. Where are you? Why aren't you coming up? Let me go here and see if it's coming up on another part of my page. The internet seems to be extremely slow right now. And part of that might be because with the quarantine, everyone is either working at home or the kids are home from school and they're getting homeschooled. So it's a trying time for everyone right now. And boy, this is really slow. Come on. Wow. I've never seen it this bad. Wow. I'm going to refresh my page. I'm really sorry. Hold on a minute. Oop, oop, there it is. I think it's there. It's showing live. So hopefully it's there. Hang on. And I'm not, for some reason, I'm not real good, or I'm not ambidextrous enough to be able to respond to people's, there it is, to people's comments and chew gum at the same time. So there we go. Okay. Okay, all right, we're showing it now. Okay, in the paper pumpkin, you'll get a stamp spot, which is a smaller ink pad. I have the regular size, which is what I'm going to use today. You will get some ribbon, and the colors in this are crushed curry, early espresso, melon mambo, mint macaroon, pear pizzazz, shaded spruce, and soft seafoam. We also get mini glue dots, and we get a stamp set, and these are specific to Paper Pumpkin. You will not find these in the catalogs that we have. We also have some sentiment cards. Life's greatest blessing. Blessings begin and end with the family. This is a beautiful sentiment. You will also get some die cuts. They're already, one of the things about Paper Pumpkin, it includes everything. You even get Stampin Dimensionals. It comes with the envelopes, which are matching to the cards. And as you see, there's 2 designs here. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 8 cards in this one. You also get labels. And here's the card stock. And here are some more die cuts. And here's the card stock for the other set of cards. And here are some more die cuts with the tree trunks. And we're going to need those. And look at these adorable little pearls. What are they calling these? They're calling them pearls. Okay. All right. Because we're going to be using that. So I went ahead and we are going to be pulling some stuff out of here as we go along. But again, I'll be using the regular size stamp pad. I like to save these and I give them away. They're really great if you travel and you don't want to carry a big stamp pad with you. Okay, so right now we're going to just set that over to the side. The colors that I'm using today, I'm using Whisper White and Pear Pizzazz. Okay. All right. So the first one I did. This is what the actual card looks like in the demonstration, in the kit. Okay, this one right here. Okay, that is adorable. Absolutely adorable. I love it. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do just a little bit, we're going to change it up a little bit. I've taken, and one of the things about this card, the way it comes, it is folded almost in half like this. But what I found is in order for you to get it to look like this, where the design is on the right hand side, is you have to actually turn the card inside out. And you're going to use your bone folder to get that crease in there. Then what you're going to do, there's another score line here. And you're just going to fold that back, and that's how you get that pattern on the right-hand side, okay? So now what we're going to do, don't know what that is. What I'm doing to just change it up slightly is I took a piece of Pear Pizzazz and all the dimensions will be on the website, on my blog, probably over the weekend. I'm working part-time right now, so it's making it really hard for me to get things done in the same day that I'm recording. So it's going to be 3 inches by 4 inches. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our liquid glue and we're going to put that over the white. I thought the white was a little stark for me. As you can see here, I always like some contrast or to deaden down the white a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put this piece of Pear Pizzazz over that white piece. And we're going to go ahead and get the sentiment out. And we're basically making the same card. But like I said, just to change it up a little bit. Now I'm trying to find those sentiments. Oh, they're right on top. Duh. Okay. So I'm basically doing the same thing, but what I'm doing is I'm just putting a little extra color in there. Again, now one of the things I do when I've got something that's hanging over, because this is, you don't want to glue this down to this piece here. What I do is I go ahead and I figure out where I want it to be on the panel that it's going to be glued to. And I put my fingers, and my middle finger and my thumb right up against the edge of that. And then when I turn it over and I glue it, I glue up to that area. That way you don't have to do any measuring, and you're pretty well set. And you can turn it around, put it back down, and voila. You have not had to do any measuring. Just double check. And again, make sure that it's straight. And perfect. That's going to be perfect every time. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is take one of these die cuts of the leaves and take that out. Be kind of careful. I mean, they're pretty sturdy. This is a very nice weight of cardstock, and they've even got the there's some embossing on the leaves to show the veins. So they've done a beautiful job with this. I'm trying to get that out. Oops, kind of bent it there. My fault. But naturally, always doing this on camera, nothing wants to cooperate. So I think my husband's going to be here for a little bit longer. They've basically said they won't even tell him when they're going to be able to fly into Mexico again. So they've put his ticket on hold, and it's indefinite as to when he might be going back. One of the things you might want to do a little bit is just take your thumb and do a quick, just pull up with your thumb, and it'll give it a nice rounding effect. And then take your glue, and I would just put the glue down at the base of the leaves, of each leaf, and it'll just give it a little bit more dimension. And that's totally up to you if you want to do that. If not, that's okay. And just take this and place it down over the sentiment any way you would like. Try not to move it around too much. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get one of these labels out. And I use the smaller one. I'm just doing exactly like this. And like I said, the only thing I did was to make it a little different and give it a little bit more interest, was to put that panel of Pear Pizzazz behind the sentiment. Okay, now what we're going to do is I use the sentiment. Oops, I'm getting stuck to everything here. What is this one? I'll always be here for you. And we're going to put that on here. We're going to, where's my glue? I mean, not my glue, my ink. Again, Pear Pizzazz. And Now I just got ink on my fingers, which will mean it'll be somewhere on this card. So there you go. I'll always be there for you. Perfect. Almost. And you know what? If you guys do any if you get the paper pumpkin, please share some of your photographs on my Facebook page. I would love to see those. And the ribbon is right here, and I'm just going to take my paper snips. Yeah, basically all you need when you get one of these is a pair of scissors, and if you want to use liquid glue, that's fine. And one of the things I did was I put the mini glue dots using my, and there it is, my take your pick tool. This is probably, oops, that's a glue dot on there. This is probably one of my favorite tools of all time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mini glue dots and put them down the center of the back of my sentiment, because what we're going to do, these mini glue dots really attach well to our ribbon, and I'm going to put them down like that, and then take the paper backing off. Not an easy task to do. Okay. And when you get the, I'm going to have to do it this way to get those off of it there. Alrighty. Almost got it. Almost got it. Come on. Sorry. Just so you know, if you order the mini glue dots, this is the way they come. They don't come in a sheet like this. They just come in a sheet like this with the paper pumpkin. And then see, there's a little mini glue dot there. So makes it very easy to apply them to everything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to attach it right down the middle. Press it down on the mini glue dots. And then I'm going to cut off my ribbon. That way you're not using it, you're not wasting ribbon or a lot of it. Okay, and I'm just going to cut the other side down a little bit more, so they're kind of even size-wise. There you go. Okay, let's put that back in. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the, where are they? All right. What I was going to use is, and I don't know where I put it, I'm not feeling it, I'm not seeing it, are my Stampin Dimensionals. There's a pack of Stampin Dimensionals in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, 3 Stampin Dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. And you can use 2. What I try to do is put some of it on the paper and some of it on the ribbon. In fact, with these are a little bit bigger than the Stampin Dimensionals that are in the paper pumpkin, so I'm probably only going to use 2. Again, I use my, my take your pick tool to get the paper backing off, and I'm going to put this down over the leaves. Make sure you're straight. Looks a little off. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get one of these gorgeous butterflies. And again, I'm using my fingers to just kind of, well, first, let's get I'm going to put a mini glue dot on the back, right in the center of the butterfly. You only need one. And first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my finger and my thumb and just get those wings to come up a little bit. Just gives it a little dimension. This is really a cute card. This is a really cute set. Unfortunately, you can't get it anymore, but if you do have it, like I said, these are very simple and easy, and this is just a little bit different than what they have in the directions. And then put your butterfly on. Perfect. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and put the Happy Mother's Day sentiment in the on the inside, and make sure you don't stamp it upside down. Okay, and I'm hoping that's straight. It looks straight to me, but I can't put my head any closer to the camera. There we go. And we're going to clean that off. Now, one of the other things I did, I had a little piece of, just to change it up a little bit, I had a little piece of Pear Pizzazz, and I am going to just glue that down here at the bottom, and that will just give it a little bit more dimension on the inside of your card. Again, these are just little tricks that you can do to step the actual card up a little bit every time you do something, by adding just a little bit of an embellishment or whatever, you're going to be able to elevate your card to a new level. Come on. Naturally, my glue doesn't. Jeez, what is wrong today? Oh, there it goes. Okay, it decided to come out. So that's going to be a little too much. It's going to be a little squishy. So, you know, it doesn't go all the way across, but then sorry about that. But it just adds a little bit more dimension on the card. Okay. One of the other things we might want to do is put one of those cute little pearls on the butterfly. I think that'll be adorable. If I can figure out. There we go. Okay, what color? I think we'll put 2 of the yellow right down the center of the body. If it's big enough. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? And one over here. How's that? Okay, so here's the difference. Like I said, just a little bit, and it goes a long way. Okay? Now, let's go on to the next card. Sorry. Now, this was a challenge for me. Oh, and here's the envelope. Already designed and ready to go. All right, this is a real challenge to me. On this particular card, this is the darker green one, and that's this one here, okay? I had a real hard time trying to line this up. In fact, this is what I ended up with. See, we all make mistakes. And I mean, I was like, what am I doing wrong? They're telling you, okay, the card is already stamped. Let me pull one out. There it is. Okay. The card is already stamped with this pattern. And then you're supposed to line up. Here's the rubber stamp. There's from the other side. And you're supposed to line it up and go like that. I, for the life of me, could not get it lined up. So I took a pair, I took a, just a piece of scrap paper. Sometimes you have to do this to try and figure things out and make it work for you. So I took a piece of scrap paper. We're still going to use this card, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. But let me show you how this stamp works. I'm not going to do it on this card because I really don't want to ruin another card until I get it straight. But it appears that the way they're asking you to work with this particular stamp is, first they're telling you to stamp on the right hand side. Okay, and then they're asking you to go ahead and stamp on do a mirror image on the left hand side. Now I went and did that, and you kind of have to try and line it up as close as possible. And again, I don't want to get my head in the way of anything. Now, all right, I should have turned it a little bit more. Sorry, I was trying to pay attention up here, and I should have been paying attention there. If you can see this, this looks a little higher than the other one. If you look on the picture, it is higher. So it's not an optical illusion. I didn't make a mistake, because there's no mistakes in making cards. You know, it's just the nature of the stamp. Okay, and it gives it a little bit more visual interest, because it is not straight across. So this one was a little tough for me, and usually I'm pretty good at doing things like that. So now what I'm going to do is, I took a piece of cardstock, and this is 3 1/4 by 3 1/2, and I took a piece that's Whisper White, and this is Pear Pizzazz, and this is 4 inches by 3 1/4. So it is going to go over my mistake like this, and then I'm going to take this with the Whisper White. See, so there's no reason to, you know, throw these away. And this comes like this. You take, there's a score line here where that green ends, and there's a score line here. So you've got sort of a trifold card, okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stamp it first. Okay, so we're going for this. And again, I'm using my Pear Pizzazz. And putting it on the right hand side, and I'm going to put it a little bit higher on the cardstock. And this is a bigger stamp, so make sure you press down in the center. Pull it up and re-ink. And we're going to then do the other side. Hopefully I do it better than I did on the demo. All right, so what I'm trying to do is kind of line it up, make sure I don't have a big gap here at the bottom like I did on the demo. And again, there's nothing perfect in the stamping world. Okay, much better. I'm much happier with that. Okay, and I'm going to just clean that off so I don't end up with ink everywhere. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I think, well, other than the words, I'm kind of done with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these tree trunks out. And, well, these tree trunk dies. And we've got our card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my Whisper White piece down to my Pear Pizzazz. And again, I will have the dimensions on my blog site after I get this up and running over the weekend. I'm sorry it takes so long, and I might be able to get it up tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, with the fact that I'm working now, it really cuts into my time. Okay, now we're going to take the this layer, and we're going to glue it to the front of my mistake. Just remember, just about any mistake can be repaired without having to, you know, throw it away. No one will ever know. Okay, so again, another step up from this particular example. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the tree to the base, and we're just going to do that with a little glue, and I've got my thumb where I'm going to glue it. All right. Turn that over and try to center that. Make sure we're not gluing anything down there. Okay. All right. Now, they've got several die cuts of, they've got this yellow. This is crushed curry. So we're going to take that out. And did they? Yeah, it looks like they used the green, or the Pear Pizzazz sentiment flag, or pennant. All right. And one of the things you also might have to do is work this fold out a little bit more. You might have to go over this several times to get it to lay a little bit flatter. And I'm on this is a neoprene mat, so it's got a little give to it, so I don't have to put a mat underneath it when I'm rubber stamping. So using the neoprene when I'm trying to do a score line, sometimes I don't get the same as I do on a hard surface. So that's just a food for thought when you're doing your stamping. Okay, again, I'm going to use the same sentiments. Again, there are many sentiments in here. There's family, where life begins and love never ends. I'm glad you are my friend. Or no, I'm glad you're my family. Happy Father's Day, Dad. To my wonderful. And then we've got Mom. We've got sister, we've got daughter, brother. So there's tons of sentiments in here that you can use all the time. Again, I'm going to use the I'll always be here for you. And again, we're using the Pear Pizzazz. And always there for you. Okay, and we're going to put that right in the middle of the banner. Okay, clean that off so I don't embarrass myself and get ink everywhere, which we know is so easy to do. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to glue the crushed curry banner to the back of the... One of the things about living in Arizona is things dry out really fast. Again, just trying to put that in the center. Let me just pull it up here. Whoops. Yep. Okay. Does that look good? Okay. Words are maybe a little bit off, but we can fix that. I may have stamped a little bit over to the right, but I did that on purpose. Of course I did. What we're going to do is I am going to put this... No, I don't think so. It looks like they may have put this up on Dimensionals, but I don't know if I've got enough room to do that. All right, let's put the Dimensionals at the bottom, at the very bottom, which I believe that's the bottom, yeah. Okay, so I want to put these as close to the bottom as I can possibly get because I don't want it overhanging on, because you don't want to attach to this or else you won't get your card open. And on this one, you're going to need 3. Okay. And again, I'm gonna close this up because I'm really having a hard time with that. Let's get that one out of there. Okay, I'm gonna put this down so that I can kind of see where I'm putting this. Like I said, you do not want to have it overhanging so that it attaches. I know it's crooked. I just wanted to make sure it's not. I just wanted to make sure my dimensionals are not overhanging so that they attach to this back part back here. So now what I have to do is I just have to get this straight. Okay, and does that look straight? Just a little bit further down. Okay, we're almost there. Almost got it. Again, I try not to push real hard. Okay, so we're way off to the left. So much for that. All right. Okay. That's better. All right, we're going for it. All right. Next are the little birdies. We've got little birdies in here. They're so cute. Where are they? Where are they? Come on, birdies. Where are you? Oh, there's my dimensionals. Okay, where are my little birdies? Oh. Here they are. Okay, we're going to take a couple little birdies. And I'm going to use the mini glue dots. And we're just going to put them on the branches. Let's get 3 little birdies out. Okay. Sorry. So what's everybody doing when they're sequestered? Are you doing some videos? Are you cooking more? What are you doing? Like I said, I happen to go to work for a company that was considered a necessity, so I get to go to work every day. Not sure I'm happy about that, but it's for a friend, and I love him very much. So now, one of the things, remember, you've got a glue dot on there. Make sure, because do it while the tree is up. Try and get the bird so that it's not going to attach itself down to this page, down to the back of the front. The back of the front. I'm not sure if that's the right terminology, but we'll try it. And we'll put a little birdie. Oh, that's probably pretty close. Okay, one of the other things you might want to do is kind of roll this up so that it doesn't. See, I'm going to fix it so that it's on this branch and it's not sticking over onto the page. Okay, so I don't know if that made any sense to you. And I'm going to put one of the birds up here in the tree. Okay, just push that down, and I would put the little birdie maybe over here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I love these beautiful pearls. I am going to put some pearls on the tree. These look like flowers, so I'm going to use the yellow ones so that you can see them better. Just put them in the center of these, and my mini glue dots are stuck to me. Let's put one. Whoa, got away from me there. Okay, we're almost done. In fact, I'm going to put one of these down over here. Oh, that's, I was going to put a bird there, wasn't I? Okay, never mind. We're going to get another birdie. Let's see. All right, I can put another pearl up here. And let me get another bird. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to put a butterfly there. Again, put a mini glue dot on it, on the trunk of the butterfly. And get the backing off. Yeah, come on. I can do this. I can get this off. Yes, I can. There we go. Okay. So, again, another way to elevate and take care of a little problem that you may have had. Again, I'm going to put one more pearl. I love these. These are so cute. There we go. Put that in the middle of our butterfly. And there you go. Now, all I'm going to do is put the sentiment on the inside. Yeah, you probably should have done this first. But hey, you know what? That's stamping. Okay, and we're just going to ink that up with Pear Pizzazz. And I've got ink on the block. I'm going to take that off because I don't need to have that now that I've done all of my card. Again, one of the things about making cards is sort of about figuring out how to when you should do things. I probably should have done all the stamping first, because if I made a mistake, then I could start over or fix it in some way. I've got all kinds of things sticking to me. Well, that wasn't quite straight. What we could do is take one of the banners, the one that like matching from the outside, or no, you know what? I'm going to take one of the white ones and we'll stamp on that, and then we'll cover that up. How's that? And you're giving it more dimension again. Aren't we clever? You have to figure it out as you go along, unfortunately, and sometimes there are more mistakes than other times. Okay, and there we go. And we are just going to, I'm just going to take my mini glue dots and put it on that way rather than try to get my glue to work again. That was a pain. Again, 3, take the backing off. We're almost done, folks. We've almost got it. Okay. So now we're just going to put that over the mistake. And like I said, this just, and make sure it's straight. There we go. And again, just gives it more interest. You meant to do that. Remember that. You meant to do that. You could even put a little pearl on the inside. There you go. Isn't that cute? Like I said, it's a little bit different than the card. I really like that. Sometimes the white is just so stark for me that it's really hard for me to work with it. I like to get a little bit more interest in there. I really like this. This is just a step up. Again, make one of these cards, make it the way they made it here, and then start to elevate it. Add one thing, or add two things, and it will change the card dramatically. I want to say that, again, if you don't have any Paper Pumpkin, or if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, this is a great way to get started, or this is a great thing to have with your kids. You're home with your kids now, and what a wonderful family time to have. And then putting cards together. These are simple. It includes everything. In your with your very first Paper Pumpkin order, it will come with a block. Now the block is like this. It's a little bit different. Okay, these are ergonomically correct and a little bit more expensive than these, but it does come with a block. It comes with the glue. The only thing you need, and I don't mean glue, but it comes with glue dots or dimensionals. Only thing you might need is a pair of scissors, and that is even rare. Again, you have to put your order in for Paper Pumpkin for that particular month. April, like I said, this was the April Paper Pumpkin. There are no more of them left. Your order must be in by the 10th of the month in order for you to get that month of Paper Pumpkin. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you have a great time. And again, I will have the dimensions up on my blog. This will also be posted to YouTube. My YouTube channel is Arid Desert Designs. All the words are together. There are no spaces in between the words. My blog is ariddesertdesigns.com. And this is the monthly host code. So, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. If you want a catalog, please contact me, and I will get a catalog out to you as soon as I get my catalogs. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you stay safe and have a great time with your family. Love to everyone. Stay healthy, and I can't wait to see you next Thursday. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.